Thank you to all my channel members, including my fan appreciation level members and my contributor level members, for helping support the YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my February book haul. This is the video where I'm going to go through all the books I either purchased or received. Now, for this book, I have a grand total of 20 books, which sounds like a decent amount, but 5 of them are comics and manga. So if you take that out, it's really just 15 novels or short story collections. But of those 15, 5 of them were sent to me by a publisher. So that means I only have 10. So in reality, I only purchased 10 novels or short story collections this year, or this month, which is not bad. Not like when I was buying like 50 books or 49 books last month. So this is a step in the right direction. I told you I'd bring it down. This is bringing it down. Not as much as I should. I should have it under 10. That's not happening. But I'm trying here. So let's start with, what did I purchase this month? Well, I have the entire Legacy of the Forest series, the first 8 books in mass market, and I have the 9th book in hardcover. So I got the 9th book in mass market, so it matches. And I was just, it was like $2. I was like, it's worth it just to have a matching set. So I'll probably get rid of my hardcover for now, just because I need it. You know, the mass markets fit the collection better. So now I have the entire Legacy of the Forest, which I've read, of course, it before, but I have it all in mass market. I also got a new Star Wars book, and that is Star Wars Tales from the Empire, the last Tales of book that I needed to get. And so I have Tales of the Empire, edited by Peter Schweighöfer? I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, so yet another book of Star Wars that I had yet to buy, and now I have it, so I'll read this eventually. And I haven't really heard much about this. Everyone talks about the big 3, Tales of the Mos Eisley's Cantina, Tales of Jabba's Palace, Tales of the Bounty Hunters. People don't really talk about the Tales of the New Republic, Tales of the Empire. So let's see how it goes. I'm really excited to read it. I also purchased some manga this month. I purchased 3 volumes of One Piece. I purchased volume 13, volume 14, and volume 15. Now, these, previously I'd only purchased the omnibuses, because I like the omnibuses, I like the way they read, I like the way that they priced, things like that. But these 3 are the next 3 I needed to purchase, volumes-wise. I would have bought the omnibus of these, and they were on sale used at my used bookstore for the price that a new omnibus would be. And so I was like, you know what, it's worth it. I'll get these. I want to continue reading One Piece. I'm loving. I've read through volumes 4 through 6, or 1 through 6, and I love One Piece so far. So yeah, I will continue reading it, and this is, I'll do it this way. Eventually, I just want to have all omnibuses, so I'll probably get that eventually, but for right now, at least I can read it like this. I did get 2 comics things, which are very different for me, and I'm not even entirely sure I'll like them, but I saw them for a very reasonable price at my local used bookstore and was like, you know what, it's worth it. And that is the Star Wars High Republic Adventures. You have Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 is written by Daniel Jose Older. Volume 2 is written by a bunch of different people, and including Daniel Jose Older. And these are the IDW kids comics for Phase 1, I believe. And I haven't heard great things about these, but you know what? I'm enjoying the High Republic, and everyone's like, where do I read the comics? Like, which of the comics should I read? I'm like, I don't know, I haven't read them. So this is my way of dipping more into the comics. I have some of the adult ones, now I have some of the kids ones. A book that I ordered last year, and I've been waiting on for so long, has finally arrived. And that is The Sum of All Writers. This is a memorial anthology endowed by David Follett, who is one of my favorite authors. Of course, he wrote the Rune Lord saga that I love. He also wrote as Dave Wolverton for his Star Wars stuff and some of his sci-fi stuff. He's one of my favorite authors. And he influenced a lot of people, and so they got together and did a memorial anthology. And so that's what this is. It's compiled by C.D. Lombardi. And there was a Kickstarter for this. Actually, it wasn't technically a Kickstarter. I think it was technically a backer kit. But anyway, they did a Kickstarter backer kit for this, and I I don't do that often, but it's David Farland. I love David Farland, and so we'll see how I like this collection. It's not on the top of my to read pile, but you know what? I might enjoy it. So interesting. I also purchased Ken Follett's The Armor of Light. This is the new trade version. Came out in hardcover either last year or the year before. And I've read the first 3 in this series. I still have to read the prequel and this book. And I own the prequel in trade paperback. And the hardcover was just so expensive. I wasn't interested in it. But I had a gift card that a family member gave me for Barnes & Noble, and the trade had just come out, and I was like, you know what, I want to get the trade, have it, so I can read it this summer and breeze through it, because I love the Kingsbridge series. It's so good. It's different worldview than I believe in, but it's still such a good series. So that is The Armor of Light by Ken Follett. I also totally wasn't on my radar, had no intention of buying them, but I saw them at my used bookstore and thought, darn it, I need to get these. And that is the Isaac Asimov Foundation Saga. So I bought the first Foundation book with the newer cover, which I hate, but it was the only version I could find at the time, and I read it, and I thought it was good, but I didn't love it. And so I didn't know if I'd continue with the Foundation Saga. But I found this entire set just sitting on the shelves, and each book was set at like $2.50. And I was like, that's not bad. And I had a discount for something else, so I got it for even less than that. So I think they got the whole thing for like, it ended up being like about $10 or $11. And that's 6 books. It's technically 7 books when you include the original Foundation, but that's not in here. The one I'm missing from this set is the original Foundation. So I need to find that with this version because I love the covers. So I have Prelude to Foundation. I have Foundation and Empire. Second Foundation. Foundation's Edge. Foundation and Earth, which is my favorite of the covers. And then you have Forward the Foundation. And so that is 6 of the 7 books of the Foundation Saga. Of course, I already owned the first one, as I mentioned. And I don't know when I'll get to them, if I ever will. But I want to get to them eventually, so we'll see. But for certain, I love these covers from Bantam. Like, Bantam, why'd you have to move away from these? Bantam Del Rey, Random House. Why'd you have to move away from these covers? These are great. So anyway, I purchased all those. The whole set was like $11 with my discount that I got, so that was pretty nice. All right. The final books were books sent to me by publishers, specifically by Baen this month. I actually have several books from authors coming next month that just didn't make it in time for this video. So if you're an author and you sent me a book, it'll be in the March book haul. But I was sent Down These Mean Streets, which is an anthology collection, science fiction anthology collection, fantasy from Baen. It's Larry Correia and Casey Ezel, who I've interviewed both of them on the channel. This is the third anthology that they did together. I want to get the name of the first two. The first one is No Game for Knights, and the second one's Noir Fatale. So they've got themes going on with these. They also sent me An Angel Called Peterbilt, which was, I believe, the last book that Eric Flint had been working on before he died. This is the mass market version. I already have the hardcover. It was by Eric Flint, George Huff, and Paula Goodlett. They are reprinting the Honor Harrington books in trade paperback right now, and so they sent me the trade paperback of The Short Victorious War. Which has a pretty nice cover. I think this is David Mattingly who did the cover, and he does a great job every time. I'm just going to verify that I'm right. Yes, it's David Mattingly, and it's a great cover. So this is the trade paperback of that. They also sent me their new hardcover, Heart of the Mountain, which is the 6th and final book in the Saga of the Forgotten Warrior by Larry Correia. This is that book that made its rounds on Twitter because of the very controversial dedication that says, let me pull it up, the dedication which reads, "To George R.R. Martin, see, it's not that hard." And that's just a great dedication. And I actually interviewed Larry Correia about this book. You just look up Larry Correia interview Jonathan Cohn, you'll find it. And actually, we talked not only about the book, but about the dedication. And he had a very good answer on it. So definitely check that out. The final book in this series. So hey, if you're one of those, I only read completed fantasy series, this one's completed. And then Baen also has a new book this month that is the prequel for the Pendragon cycle titled Aurelia. The Pendragon cycle, which is a fantasy kind of like a Arthurian legend story, and it is by Stephen R. Lawhead, and it has been making the rounds in kind of self-pub, and then it kind of moved over to trad pub last month with Baen, but it's also being turned into a TV show from the Daily Wire, which is just really interesting. So they also sent me Aurelia. So that is all of the books I purchased or was sent in the month of February. Not near as many as January. I still need to bring that number down, but who am I kidding? It's not going to happen. So if you, it's gonna. By the way, it's gonna turn into like how like. Brian Lee Durfee on his videos will say, "I'll edit all this out." That's me every month. With I will decrease my book buying next month. That's me. Anyway, if you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts on them. If you're interested in any of these books, let me know. What do you think of these covers? What was your favorite? Let me know what you purchased this month. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.